Three, two, one, live streaming, Facebook, Rumble, YouTube. All right, so again, General Sunbeam, the GS, the sun is here. Well, it's nighttime out there. It's nighttime, it's evening. It's eventually going to be degenerate hours, late at night, midnight, all that shebang. But General Sunbeam here, reporting. So what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. It's just another quiet, relaxing evening here. And eventually we'll be going into late night, midnight, degenerate hours, Adult Swim. And I'm glad to have you all hanging out with me tonight. Well, I want to be honest, if you care to watch this live stream, if you care to stick around hearing me out, just being me, speaking my thoughts. Once again, viewer discretion is advised, exercising First Amendment rights, freedom of speech, expression, liberty of uncensorship, and open door policy. We'll be exercising all that and pretty much speaking my thoughts freely, almost uncensorship. First things first, let's talk about convention updates. Because things have been shifting. If you were keeping tabs on the Wind Bloom Festival, and of course on the description I misspelled out on purpose. I call it Wind Bloom because it's supposed to be the wind that blooms in a positive manner, but it is regarding the Genshin Impact. This is a fan-made Genshin Impact thing. But if you were keeping tabs on the Wind Bloom Festival, the nail is officially in the coffin for that event. So again, just keeping up with Wind Bloom, here's the update about that. And I know I've been covering this aggressively. I've been covering about this numerous times on multiple live streams, like 7 live streams consecutively about this. On Facebook, which is now posted on YouTube and Rumble, even covered it on Twitch. So if you're keeping tabs on the Wind Bloom Festival and you care to watch this live stream that I have covered this across multiple social media platforms, the nail is officially in the coffin. Lion and Crown, or LNC, formerly Fandom Events, FE, had an information leak over on Instagram. Had an information leak over on Instagram, I think, from another user. I think that's in the comments. And the owner ended up confirming on their Discord server, on their private Discord server, coming from the owner, that the festival is completely canceled. As of right now, there hasn't ever been any official update posted over on Facebook regarding Fandom Event, Wind Bloom Festival 2026, or the page on Facebook. Even there is no confirmed Instagram coming from Fandom Event or Lion and Crown. At least to my understanding, I have not searched Lion and Crown if they have an Instagram or an official Instagram page or an official Lion and Crown replacement or Fandom Event on their website. Their Discord server that the festival is completely canceled. As of right now, there hasn't ever been any official update posted over on Facebook or Instagram or any other public website. So that event is effectively gone. So once again, to those that have purchased their early bird special for Wind Bloom Festival 2026, get your money back. It is officially next week that former latter is going to begin, and there are sources that they have spoke to the Hampton Hotel, the Hampton Inn at the Mesquite Convention Center in Mesquite, Texas, near Dallas, that they said that event will not be happening this year. So there goes Wind Bloom Festival, hosted by formerly Fandom Events. And again, I stress this and aggressively cover this and recover this and express this to send the news and send the message to all the fans, especially to all the attendees that have purchased their early bird ticket last year, the previous year, following this year, because there hasn't been any clear update, and there hasn't been any update from Tixar.com from that ticketing page. So I don't know. Well, anyway, on the bright side, looking ahead to next week, ColossalCon Texas is officially right around the corner. We'll be heading out to Kalahari Indoor Water Park and conventions in Round Rock, Texas. To be fair, I myself, General Sunbeam Titan, will not be attending. I decided to not go to that convention. I have not went to KawawaCon in San Antonio Kawawakan, the beach episode in San Antonio, Texas, at the Grand Hyatt, not the Grand Hyatt, the Henry B. Gonzalez Center, the convention center in San Antonio, in the heart of San Antonio, Texas. My wife and few of her close friends have been to Kawawakan Beach episode, and I'm glad she came home safely. But her and her friend Echo Ego came home, came back to this household, to this roof late in the middle of late night, called me multiple times and woke me up in the middle of the night for me to open the door. I mean, I did lock the door, and I did call them out saying they need to do better on communication. They really need to communicate and stop waking me in the middle of the night and stop making all these burden mistakes, with all due respect. But my wife, Asuna Bina 500, Asuna 500, and Echo needs to do better on communication when coming home very late. Late at night when everyone's sleeping and at degenerate hours, because it is 10:07 p.m. Texas Central Daytime, Texas CDT, Central Daylight Time. And I am communicating here on Facebook, Rumble, and YouTube publicly for every viewers and audience, open to all, unrestricted here. Everyone can watch. Again, when coming home late, they need to communicate ahead of time. Hey, I'm on my way. Like, stay up, don't go to sleep, something like that. Or leave the bottom door unlocked or locked or something. Don't leave the top door locked. Something like that. So they gotta communicate better and give me strong heads up notice, like strong communication. Hey, I'm heading home. We just had dinner. We already eat. They're doing okay. They're stopping to get gas at Buc-ee's or something when they're going to a convention far north in Dallas. Was it Fort Worth, Galveston, somewhere in Central Texas or far East Texas, or even out of state within the United States of America? Communication and always safety is top priority. Safety to me is paramount. Anyway, let me get back on the script here. So Colossicon, Texas is officially right around the corner. We'll be heading out to the Kalahari Indoor Water Park and Conventions in Round Rock, Texas. And to revise that, my wife and her friends will be going there as usual. Just same thing with Kawawakan Beach episode in San Antonio. My wife and her friends, within her friend circles, will be heading out to Colossicon, Texas. There has been some communication on Discord, and that has been overheard, and there has been communication within the group chat on Instagram, Facebook Messenger, Meta, Discord again, Skype, or whatever. It has been communicated that my wife will be going along with a few of her friends. I know whom will be going. I know a few of those friends, and I want to be clear that I will be going, but I'm only going to be going towards the tomfoolery, like the game, the arcade section, to the airport side where they have the food courts, like what I've done with the food court section. Starbucks coffee, pasta, macaroni, cheese, those food concession stands, those airport style food concession stands, not the convention side. Not the convention side. I'm not going to go there because I don't have the weekend pass, and it costs almost $100 or almost $200 altogether if you're going to the Rave on the Wave, the late night event hosted by Colossicon, Texas. I have shared that on Facebook. But I am communicating to any audience or viewers on YouTube or Rumble, because I am multi-live streaming, just to communicate that I have posted on my Facebook and shared and promote their Colossicon, Texas webpage, their websites. I'm sure they're doing that cosplay guest style meet and greet. I don't know, but they are promoting voice actors and guests, panelists, and all that. And again, that's the kind of where I see myself. Again, that's the kind of person I am. I'm all about publicity and all that. But yeah, let me double check. Right now on YouTube, I'm promoting my TikTok, General Sunbeam, as usual. Same thing with Instagram, General Sunbeam. I am generally known as Sunbeam, General Sunbeam. That's kind of almost a joke there. Alright, so my wife and a few of our friends will be going to Colossicon, Texas, and I will only be going to half of the building because Colossicon, Texas is an event generally obviously open to the public, but it's private. It's a private event only for those that have the badge. but it is supposed to be all age, family friendly, and in a sense it's open to the public. But Kalahari itself is open to the public. But in a sense, the building, the venue owns Colossicon, Texas, because Colossicon, Texas is a 3-day temporary event, Friday through Sunday, and they own a renting out the convention center space from Kalahari venue. So my wife and her friends will be going there. I will be going there just to eat and hang out and go to work as a pool attendant back at the community neighborhood. So Kalahari Indoor Water Park indoors in Colossicon, Texas is located in Round Rock, Texas, USA. For those that don't know, but now you know. And I'm really looking forward to it. Well, I'm sure my wife and her friends are looking forward to it. From my understanding, there may be guests. We will have guests, likely have guests coming over, reoccurring, spending the night here at this roof, under this roof. And again, my wife will be hanging out with a few of her regular friends. I know I've been saying this over and over, repetitively. But again, I want to make sure that I'm getting all this documented here on this live stream and anticipating for next week. So also, let's see if there's anything on here. Okay, well, I'm about to get to there. So that's what's going on around the corner next week. Am I really looking forward to it? So. I am not going there as an attendee, and I don't have the money for it. And speaking of travel, right after Colossicon, about 2 weeks out, we'll be taking our 1 week round trip over to Honolulu, Hawaii. Honolulu, Hawaii, in about 2 weeks after Colossicon, Texas. We've been keeping tabs, we've been communicating strongly with our in-law families, with our surrounding friends that are going to Honolulu, Hawaii. My immediate family members are aware, and right now as we speak, my immediate family members are on the cruise, going on the cruise, on their vacation trip. So my immediate family members are away. Speaking of Hawaii, my in-law family members have been talking nonstop about the weather out there with Hurricane Lala, or tropical storm, before it got promoted to Hurricane Lala, making its way through the islands and impacting the Big Island. We're keeping a close eye on everything and hoping everyone stays safe out there. Again, safety is paramount, top priority. We're trying to make sure everyone is safe and that nothing goes wrong with the planned trip to Honolulu, Hawaii for 1 week, starting on September the 6th. We want to make sure that my in-law families are doing okay, they are safe, and hopefully they don't get struck by the hurricane or the major tropical storm going on in the state of Hawaii. We're keeping a close eye on everything and hoping everyone stays safe out there. Meanwhile, my immediate family is currently away on their big cruise trip, on their vacation. I just want to wish all of them and our in-law families absolute safety, good health, prosperity, and success while they're out enjoying their travels. And to my in-law families, I hope they're safe from wherever they're at. I hope they're safe at work, hopefully that they're still compensated, and again, that they're protected from the storm. I pray for all safety and good health and prosperity to all the Hawaii, the residents, the citizens of Hawaii, from the hurricane. I've been seeing a lot of these over the years. Last year, the same tropical storm, the same hurricane, this and that. Same uncontrollable, unavoidable natural disasters and diseases striking America and globally, internationally. Been seeing this, seeing a lot of earthquakes, a lot of hurricanes, tornadoes, volcanoes. It's sad, and even diseases. It's sad. I don't know why Lord Almighty is not fixing the problem. Why, Lord? Why are you causing the end of the world? Why are you causing mass diseases, mass natural disasters? What's the reason for all this? Why can't there be some meticulous miracles, problem solving, resolutions, and peace and prosperity? I'm always going to be curious about that. So let's see what else. So yeah, so again, meanwhile, so my immediate family member is currently away on their big cruise trip. I just want to wish all of them and our in-law families absolute safety, good health, prosperity, and success while they're out enjoying their travels. On a completely different note, life keeps throwing little surprises at you. While I was out doing my pool monitor job yesterday, I believe that's Friday, yeah, yesterday, Friday, I managed to get stung by a honeybee. Nothing like a little unexpected wildlife encounter to keep you on your toes while you're working. Yes, I got stung by a honeybee. I don't know if I actually did get stung, but I felt, again, right here, right around the back neck, my back right next side here, around here, I felt what feels like a dull, light needle injection right here, needle injection, and I don't know, and I try to be like this, like that, and then when I looked down, at the same time after I slapped whatever that's causing that sensation, I slapped and I saw the honeybee fell on the concrete pool floor, on the concrete ground near the chair, and that's the honeybee. I saw the bee, and it was still alive and it was struggling to fly away, so that indicates it successfully stung because it was kind of like fly limping. But well, with an empty water bottle like this, with a water bottle, empty water bottle, I did that to the bee and say proper self-defense. The bee, the honeybee, unconditionally stung me, which is unusual, but it struggled to get away. So finish it off. It deserved the death penalty for stinging me, like how the shark. I don't know what incident or when was this, but it reminds me of the shark that unconditionally bite a female swimmer, a female surfer that got her leg amputated. And this was a story a long time ago that I heard in during my school years. If you give me a moment, I am gonna take a drink of water. Stay hydrated. So yeah, that's what's going on. But hey, I'm still here, and this is my update. It just feels like Call of Duty. Stung by a bee, thought I'm gonna get some kind of allergic reaction. It's past 2 hours, and I went to bed and woke up the next day. Did my usual 10-hour shift as a pool monitor at a nearby community pool. Worked through my shift, took my breaks, eat dinner, eat lunch, get something to eat, stay hydrated, stay away from the sun, avoiding the sun exposure, just working my butt off. And hey, I'm still here. Still doing okay, still being me as usual. Going out, going shopping, driving, being out on the road, standing in front of CCTV, surveillance security cameras, just being me, myself, being the Asian version of me. Stopping by, making a pit stop at my immediate family member house to pick up something. Excuse me, to pick up something. But yeah, I'm still here. Guess that bee sting doesn't really felt anything, and I am surprised to say I might want to brag this, but hey, I got a lot of ant bites, mosquito bites, parasite bites. I just pray to the Lord I don't get bitten by a snake, a poisonous, venomous spider or snakes. Oh boy. Pray to the Lord that I don't get bitten by that. I don't know how my body will respond to that, but if I can pull through small, minor bee stings, wasp stings, mosquito bites, ant bites, and I'm still here, I guess I'm almost resilient. I would have gotten the Zika virus, any forms of virus or diseases from these parasites. I don't know what more I can say, but hey, I'm thankful to be here, and I'm thankful for my blessing. Although I have other non-contagious diseases such as my continuous moderate to severe acne, hyperpigmentation or post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, dark spots, acne scars, blemishes. Well, again, I went to H-E-B earlier and bought me some acne cleansers, and again, I spent almost $90 or almost $100 for all this. Bought my wife sushi, 2 sushis from the Sushi Ya H-E-B side, the Sushi Ya H-E-B brand. But yep, oh boy, oof. 10:21 p.m. 10:21 p.m. Still nighttime in the evening. And yes, as far tonight around the house, it's just a chill evening or chill nighttime. My wife already had dinner. She picked up some sushi from HEB. Well, I went to HEB and bought her sushi. So basically I bought her sushi and she picked it up from the fridge. Had dinner, sushi, some sushi from HEB after we went out to get our nails done. After we get our nails done and grab some cosmetic products, we're getting our skin and everything prepped so we look sharp, presentable, and ready for the family wedding coming up this Monday. This Monday on August 17th, 2026. And while my wife will be working, some of her shift because there's no way to swap it or drop the shift to get someone to cover that shift. She will have to work part of her shift while my immediate family members are away on their cruise trip. Because we have a wedding, we are invited to a third generation, my third generation on my grandparents' side, to witness two people coming together, getting married, the holy matrimony. So we're trying to look sharp, presentable, and ready for the family wedding coming up this Monday week on August 17th, 2026, somewhere around close to evening. Right now, she's in her room as usual, hanging out and playing Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, or Marvel Rivals with her friends, chatting and talking again as usual, just like yesterday, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. After she comes from work or whenever she's not working, she's in her room, chatting with her friends, playing these games on her computer, talking on Instagram, Facebook Messenger, or Discord with her surrounding friends. Those friends are Echo Eagle, Marvelous Makai, Lamb, the Vietnamese cosplayer on Instagram, Lamb, Sangili, possibly, or Raven, and sometimes even Player 464 on their Discord, on their own Discord group, with other users on their Discord group. Majority of them, of course, plays games by Hoyoverse, formerly MiHoYo, Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, Zenless Zone Zero, and also Honkai Dirt Impact. My wife also plays Wuthering Wave, Maple Story, and maybe she might go back to playing Mabinogi, but she also is known to play VR Chat on Steam. That's how much I know my wife and how much I know my wife's predictable hobbies and her daily, everyday routine, her daily, regular routine, her usual lifestyle is that whenever she gets home from work or whenever she's not working, eat sushi, loves to cook her own food, talk to her friend, plays these games on her gaming computer, and sometimes she joins and talks with her families, her immediate families. And I already get the gist. I already know what's going on, and is that I always remind my wife, and again, telling every friend to fairly keep their distance. And remember, friends come and go. Friends are not like families. They are not related biologically by blood compared to how slightly mutually different compared to a biological immediate family members. Because friends, by law, going by the law and order, legally are not responsible for you. They are not your mom and dad. They're not going to go out of the way and give you $1 million. They're not going to come to you and say, hey, don't go to the deep part. Don't go to the cliff or something. Stay safe. They're not going to watch over you. I'm sure they have their own problems. They got to take care of their own parents, grandparents or something, their own families, their own pets. They're not going to look after you. If they are, then that's the definition of a legal guardian. That's what legal guardian means. I want to remind that I did say this, that I am married to my wife, and I posted this on my own Facebook. I want to communicate again the facts, right? The poster behind me here on Facebook, YouTube, or Rumble, whatever this gets shared to. I'm also sharing this on TikTok. If I can able to promote within an hour on TikTok, that I'm live streaming and all this, to communicate to all audience and viewers across the internet. The big poster right behind me that my immediate family members made before 2023. If I can really paint, there you go. There, oh my gosh. There you go. That's the best I can try pointing without looking back, looking through the web camera. That poster right there, with me carrying my wife, that is taken either in the front yard or in the backyard. My immediate family members worked hard to cut out that promo, that cutout right there, right behind me. It's me and my wife. This is before the time we got married, preparing to get married in 2023. September the 2nd, 2023, at the Oasis on Lake Travis, when every friends and families and in-law families all come together to celebrate, to rejoice. Now we're going to a church for the wedding, for the upcoming wedding this Monday, this coming week, or the next following week on Monday, August 17, 2026. We will be going to a church, to a Vietnamese church, to witness another marriage of the next generation. Within my grandparents, and ancestor, within the cousins and relatives, to witness them getting married at a Vietnamese Catholic church. Then we'll be eating out at a Cantonese Asian dim sum restaurant somewhere in Chinatown, somewhere in Central Texas. But again, me and my wife have been married eventually for 3 years. And I want to remind the general public of social media and the internet the fact that we are married. And we are here living alone together under this household, under this roof. And it has been communicated and projected numerous times through doctors, dentists, to community management, to apartment management, on the record, in the state law, in the eyes of the law, that we are a married couple. We have our ups and downs. We've been through a lot of disputes, arguments, disagreements, and a lot of mental concerns, a lot of confusions. But again, between our families, in-law families, and immediate family members, and to all few closest friends, they should know that we are married and they need to keep their fair distance. Stay in their lane, know their place, because I don't meddle and butt into other couples' affairs, and I don't get into their business. I am not a homewrecker. I don't like to destroy relationships or do anything like that. I am not a homewrecker. So you better stay and do not meddle in our affairs or to destroy that kind of moment. I don't know what better term I can say, but we do have our families, and in the eyes of the law, we are a married couple. We have all that in the system. But regardless of any outside opinions or impression or whatever people say, again, it's all about facts, not opinions. And again, friends do come and go. And always, for those, I always usually pity those that are single. For those that are still single, 30 years, 40 years, still single, never know what it's like to experience their first hug or kiss or a relationship. Just remember that if you reach 3 years, 4 years, 5 years of long-term relationship, or you've been together for 12 years, it will not feel like that. I will be honest, this is just my own experience, but again, I know everyone will feel this way when reaching their adolescence, growing up, reaching their prime, the peak of their prime, their youth, and eventually they will understand that first taste, the first sight of love, romance, and being in a relationship feels good, but it will go sour, and it is what it is. It will come to a point where, holding hands, hugging, and kissing will just feel normal. It doesn't feel, it feels like intimacy. It doesn't feel like all that. Once you've been there, it just feels as it is normal. It's like, I don't know how I'm going to describe it, but the best way I'm going to describe it is like holding your grandma's hand. That's the best way to put it. It's like holding your grandma's hand, holding your mom's hand, safeguarding them from oncoming traffic or anything. It's like holding your own child's hand. It doesn't feel affectionate eventually once you keep holding hand, hugging, and making love. It doesn't feel like the first sight of love. I just want to be honest. I'm saying this for those that have already been in a that have been that is at retirement age, like grandparents, grandma, grandpa. It will feel like that. It now feels more like where you're responsible parents. You're passing down the torch, telling your next generation to be loyal, true and loyal, but you're focusing on adult responsibility, being responsible and taking life seriously. It is all more about paying bills and protecting your kids, your grandkids, keeping that roof stable, keeping everything in good condition. It is all about the next generation in a sense. Once you already get past all you're holding hands and then 2 years and you're still in the same relationship, it will not feel like, oh, it felt great holding hands. Oh, it felt like that feel good feeling. I want to be honest. That's what I'm trying to point out, and that's my own experience. I don't know if you still feel happy or feeling, oh man, I like the feeling I'm getting hugs. Like, I'm not trying to jump the gun or be too explicit about it, but again, that little bit of intimacy, once you feel that, it just feels like it's like almost just hugging your mom and dad, hugging your grandparents. You don't feel that feeling. That's how I'm describing it. So, anyway, moving on to the next subject. Next subject is, well, again, just part of that previous subject I just said is all about adult responsibilities. Again, you know me, I'm the person that's trying to keep this roof over our head. We have made it this far living here for 5 months, here in this community neighborhood, here in Central Texas, been living here for 5 months. 5 months. Eventually going to 6 months. By the time we're currently in Honolulu, Hawaii, we've been living here in this roof, under this roof for 6 months, being our own person, living life as we see fit, following the laws, city ordinance, state law, federal law, being law-abiding citizens of America, being our own patriots, being individual and autonomous, following what is best for the future, what is best for our next generation, and what is best for the business, for the company business, and what is best for America, and what is best for our own sake. And I'm just like every other parents, every other families, trying to chase the American dream. And as I said earlier, my goal is to pitch and produce my own anime. Supremacy, Clash Between Heroes and Villains that I have written on Wattpad. Way before AI, way before ChatGPT, way before Gemini, way before Tesla becomes big and successful with the Cybertrucks, way before Waymo, way before all these self-driving cars. I've been handwriting on Wattpad under General Sunbeam or Sunbeam 007, and I am now still stuck at 10 followers on Wattpad. That's all I gotta say about that. But you know who I am now and what really defines me as a serious, dedicated, hardcore content creator. The man that is very courageous and brave enough to sit or stand right in front of the web camera right here. I'm not afraid of any cameras. Surveillance cameras, CCTV, stoplight, traffic light cameras, content creator cameras, movie cameras, big cameras. I am not afraid of any form of surveillance or any form of lenses or cameras. I don't mind being on the news. I don't mind being here on the web camera. I mean, on any content creator, Mr. Beast, Salt Bay. I don't mind being in any form of surveillance cameras. The fact that I am wearing appropriate clothes, at least home casual clothes, here recording in the comfort of this office space, in this room, is truly what defines me. Where I'm at, what I'm doing right now, my hobbies, interests, as always, like what you see in many conventions, Comic Cons, when it comes to starring guests and celebrity figures. I'm all about the publicity. I'm all about making a name for myself. I'm all about being in front of the magazine, being mentioned on the news, being mentioned in the podcast, other live streams, other content creator, content producer, being in the movies, television shows, being cast and credited, and all that. I am the kind of person that's trying to make a permanent digital footprint across the internet and social media. But that's all I gotta say to that. And yeah, so Right now, my wife is still playing, and I can still hear her chatting with her friends on Discord in a regular Discord call with Marvis, Mackay, Echo Eagle, Brendan Chang, Player 464, Lamb, Sayingi Lee Raven, Nephew Dragon, Cody, with some of her regular usual friends. Mostly she just chats with Marvis Mackay, Brendan Chang, and her brother or her part of her family members. But sometimes she talks and hangs out with Lamb, who on rare occasion comes all the way here going north from wherever she's at. I heard that she lives in San Antonio, but Lamb, the Vietnamese cosplayer on Instagram, she comes all the way north to hang out with Asuna Bean 500 with my wife and go all the way to Houston or San Antonio, go a long distance. But of course, my immediate family members are aware about that. They were aware previously last year, back in 2025, 2024. They were aware that my wife likes to go out and watch movies with all these friends. And based on the facts, for those who follow my wife on Facebook, Instagram, I will say as it is, based on what the pictures and what the image context shows, that she does hangs out with the majority of her friends are regularly male friends, guy friends. And of course, there's nothing wrong with that, but it won't stop any opinions or impressions from forming that my wife hangs out with a lot of guy friends, male friends. And I am a male friend. Well, I'm the male husband, but I'm a male Asian Vietnamese husband. With a hideous, modest, severe acne with bad hyperpigmentation, dark spots on my face, and acne scars, pickaxe scars on my cheeks, forehead, upper shoulders, including the bad hyperpigmentation on my shoulder blades. Of course, I'm wearing a t-shirt or a shirt. But you have seen my previous post where I was showing a bit of skin just to validate where the bee sting, where the bee has stung. So just in case if I have much more bad blemishes or serious hives, itchiness, rash, or bumps from the reaction of the bee sting, I took off my shirt and shared all that. But I'm doing okay. This is my usual self. This is just me being me, my usual self, just speaking my thoughts, exercising First Amendment rights, liberty of uncensorship, open door policy, and overall overlay to rights to speak my thoughts freely without repercussion, reprisals, retaliations, truthfully under the First Amendment here of the United States of America. Thank God. Thanks be to God. So, to wrap this up of this preliminary message, so grab a drink, grab a water bottle, stay hydrated, drink some tea, coffee, get wasted. If you're at home, if you're not driving, you can grab yourself a booze, help yourself with a booze. But again, drink responsibly. Don't overdrink. Don't be smoking. Don't burn your house down. Safety is paramount. So grab a drink, get comfortable, and let's dive into the chats. So anyway, how is everyone else week going? I hope you're all doing okay. Hope you're coming home from the pool. Hope you don't get stung by a bee, mosquito, get a bunch of ant bites. I hope you didn't have to go to the hospital, or hope you don't go to a doctor or urgent care because of a close friend or something. I hope you have a great weekend out there. It's the weekend. It's Saturday. It's almost about to be the end of Saturday. And eventually will be the end of the month of August. School is back in session. So the community pool is not too busy. It's like so-so or slightly manageable, like very manageable. But hey, I just hope you're looking forward to going to Colossicon, Texas, or any other convention that also falls on the same month next week. But once again, Monday we got a wedding plan, our family wedding plan, and we look forward to going and then get some food after the wedding with the family. With the family wedding reception dinner in Chinatown in Central Texas, not too far from the Vietnamese Catholic Church in Central Texas. All right, I've been talking so much. Let me catch my breather. And here on YouTube and Rumble, of course, I have no current watcher, no viewers. As always, on YouTube or Rumble, I always have no viewers. And I'm just promoting my TikTok, General Sunbeam on TikTok. So let me catch my breather and drink some water before I continue just talking, chatting, being a boring Vietnamese Asian here. Oh, all right. So let's go back. Let's go back to the top here. Back to the top. Production, responsibility, gaming, income, and the mission to build supremacy. So again, to all the viewers and audience that are watching or coming in to watch or that cares to watch this live stream, good day to everyone watching or that cares to watch, listening or joining the live stream. Thank you all for taking the time to hear me out. I appreciate your uninvited. Again, let me try again. Thank you for taking the time to hear me out. I deeply appreciate your undivided attention, your cooperation. I appreciate the communication, the chatterbox. Appreciate the share, repost, spreading the word, helping me grow across the internet. And again, being sincerely honest about, representing me across the general public of the internet. You have seen me somewhere. I am certain you have seen me somewhere. You may have seen me, you may have seen me in passing, but I'm sure without a shadow of a doubt you have seen me or recognized me from any previous convention events, pop-up events, somewhere in the public, whether that's HEB, Walmart, Starbucks coffee, getting a cup of coffee, going to a community pool or going to a park, sitting at a park, working at a job or working at a manufacturing company, whether that's Amazon or sortation center, Amazon fulfillment center, again, sortation center, delivery. You might have seen me as a delivery driver working for DoorDash, Lunch Drop, Uber Eats, Postmates, Instacart. You might have seen me in the city of Taylor, in Galveston, in San Antonio, Fort Worth, or San Marcos, Pflugerville, Round Rock, Galveston. I think I already said that. Dallas, Mesquite, going to a lot of numerous convention centers across Central Texas, and you might have seen us at a Comic Con or at a pop-up event, 1-day event, 2-day event. You might have seen us somewhere. Oh, I mean, you have seen me. When I say us, I mean me and my wife. You have seen me, General Sunbeam, or my wife, Asuna 500, Asuna Bina 500. You have seen us somewhere, and you certainly should, at this point, barely scratch the surface to have recognized us. But again, thank you for watching, and thank you for coming in to watch this live stream here, either on Facebook, YouTube, or Rumble, or Twitch. Or subscribe, following me, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter X, Pinterest, DeviantArt, Discord, Skype, TeamViewer, Team Chat or something, MySpace, AOL, Yahoo, Google Gmail, Russian Facebook VK, I think that's what it's called. I don't know how you say it in Russian, but the Vonakov, okay, I don't want to pronounce it. That just makes me feel dumb. But it is a Russian Facebook VK, I call it. And trying to think what else. Amiibo, like a Japanese Facebook, Japanese meetup. Oh, WeChat, Telegram, and Blue Sky. There you go. I was trying to almost say all 50 social media platforms out there that are still exist to this day. There are a lot of social media platforms that are similar like Facebook, YouTube, but I'm all about posting every content on there, trying to spread the word across the internet and across the applications on, especially that are exclusive to mobile app, trying to be out there. So Once again, this is General Sunbeam GS, also known online as Sunbeam 007 and Sunbeam 072, or Sunbeam Titan, Sunbeam Zero, but again, I'm Sunbeam. Today, I want to speak clearly about who I am, what motivates me, how my priorities differ from some of the people around me, and why I remain committed to producing and pitching my original anime project, Supremacy, Clash Between Heroes and Villains, from my around 2016 or 2018 Wattpad. My original stories, when I was handwriting all this before the rise of Waymo, Tesla, and all these AI, artificial intelligence, and all the freaking political controversies surrounding AI and all these automated innovations. I really do need to catch my breath and slow down. I am genuinely am stressed about all this. I would say I'm stressed about that people cannot come together and look at people in the eye to eye, mano e mano, saying we are all human beings. We are not actually cyborgs, even though you can try to become a cyborg. IRL, again, I'm just sort of referencing Teen Titan Cyborg. But again, producing and pitching my original anime project, Supremacy, Clash Between Heroes and Villains. This discussion reflects my personal experiences, observations, and ambitions. I am speaking for myself and speaking from the bottom of my heart at the top of my lungs, speaking my butt off about this, that I cannot stress this enough, that I have strongly communicated this numerous times to the general public of the internet, social medias, to all viewers and audience, passerbys, onlookers that care to watch this and hear me out, that I really want to pitch and produce this original anime project. I want to be the next creator to get mine premiered on Crunchyroll and numerous anime industries out there that can make this pipeline a reality. I am not speaking on behalf of my wife, her friends, her surrounding friends, any employer, workforce, or any game company, or any social media platform. I also want to respect the privacy of people in our social circle to the very best of my abilities, but I cannot guarantee that. So I will discuss their general hobbies without exposing private conversations, personal information, or photographs that were never intended for public use, once again, to the best of my abilities. However, I cannot certainly guarantee that. Once more, viewer discretion is advised. Consider this as not safe for work 18 plus, serious, mature discussions, cause caution, you are about to enter the no spin zone. General Sunbeam Specters begins now. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry again, that's just a citation from Bill O'Reilly's Fox News back in the time when I used to watch that. Right in the middle of 2000 and mid 2000s during Barack Obama's presidencies. So let me go ahead and catch my breath a bit. So with that understood, let us get to the main point of this stream discussion. Who I am and what defines me as of now, 2026. Just again, based on facts, based on what you can see through the web camera, through here, if you can see me IRL talking in real time, in real life, I am indeed a Vietnamese American Asian man, an autistic or supposedly an autistic adult, a husband, a married husband, a homeowner, a worker or an employee, a writer, a literature writer, and, well, before I say and, a Vietnamese Asian with moderate to severe ongoing acne breakout pimples over my face and upper body. I continue to break out with acne, with hyperpigmentation scars, and occasionally my skin gets mottled and uglier with moles and skin tags and all that. It is indeed a dermatology cosmetic problem, But I'm just again stating the facts. And I do have these dark spots, like birthmarks, dark spots, these little dark spots here on the bridge of my nose. Again, those are not dirt or dust or soot. I've been taking a shower, going swimming. You can see that clearly in any of my live stream. If I don't know, I don't want, I mean, again, following the terms of service, TOS guidelines on YouTube, it is not safe for work friendly. So if you hear showers in the background or anything, or showing some implications that I'm taking a shower, especially if it's safe for me to go show that I'm going swimming, especially that there are live stream proves that I was going swimming at a water park. Again, like Colossicon, Texas, over the years, 2024, 2025, 2024, 2025, 2023, 2022, you have probably seen me, very likely seen me in cosplay at Colossicon, Texas, on several cameras through several different content creators that have seen me gone wet. So these dark spots between the bridge of my nose here, if they're still there, it is not dirt or dust. It has been around me for all 3 decades, and many people have mistaken me for all these hyperpigmentation and dark spots or birthmarks as dust, dirt, and soot. So again, I'm going to clear that up with all the viewers and the audience that are watching who I am now. Again, I have taken numerous showers. I've taken a lot of showers. I've gotten wet. And I'm still here with having very bad acne scars, and hyperpigmentations, dark spots, as well as birthmarks. Now, as I was saying, and a serious production-oriented content creator, streamer, general male Asian model, cosplayer, and a serious thirst to produce content in general. I also deal with moderate to severe acne, as I said earlier, but I will repeat again. I also deal with moderate to severe acne and the ordinary pressures of adulthood, including employment, bills, credit, transportation, healthcare, dental care, vision care, household maintenance, and the responsibility of trying to keep food on the table. Those realities influence the way I think, and I know numerous of my friends are always going to vent and say the same thing I do. And again, it is annoying having to hear stress, and I'm sure you'll find this annoying, me having to repeat the adult responsibilities of all this. I mean, I am not alone. I too am find this stressful and annoyed, and all this is annoying. But it is what it is. Saying all this is not going to meticulously make all the bills go away. You have to work for it. So those realities influence the way I think. I do not view time as something unlimited, but time itself feels unlimited. What makes it feel limited is your own health and life expectancy. We human beings as a mortal, we don't have all the time in the world. We cannot live forever. So I do not view time as something unlimited. Every day contains only so many hours, or days, weeks, months, centuries, decades, millennium, but it can only contain so many hours, and I constantly ask myself how those hours can be used to create stability, produce something meaningful, develop income, or bring me closer to a long-term goal. I really do ask myself that. And I wish I can ask all my longtime friends, all surrounding friends, colleagues, acquaintances, the same thing. How can I better myself, make more use of the time? Because time, in a sense, may feel unlimited, but it's not really unlimited. And I can agree with a lot of people who would eventually backstab me, rhetorically saying, I hate that you cost me a lot of my free time waiting for you guys, and I have gotten this complaint a lot from some people where I'm holding them hostage of their free time. So I understand that, and I've learned a valuable lesson about that. So I just don't bother them. I stay in my own lane, I stay in my own road, I keep my distance, mind my own business, I don't get into their personal affairs, I do a phenomenal job. I worry about me. That's the kind of person I am. And again, friends are friends. They come and go. They are not your father figure, they're not your brothers, they are not related by you by blood, and they are not legally required to take care of you wasting their own free time when they have something better to do, such as taking care of their own families, taking care of their own pets. You know, I understand that. And again, you have to give me credit that I don't, I'm trying to be that considerate and courteous, which a lot of friends and acquaintances and a lot of people of my own generations are all about video games, movies, television, so they're all recreation entertainment buffs. They put their own free time in playing games, and I understand that they already fulfill what they want. Like, if they already are making money and they're happy with their job, like that's their dream job, they already found it, and they want to play games, hey, kudos to you, I'm happy for you. But again, my in-game career and my long-term dream ambition is a very difficult and competitive one. That's for sure. And it doesn't take one man to fulfill that too. So again, I'll say once more, I do not view time as something unlimited. Every day contains only so many hours or days, and I constantly ask myself how those hours can be used to create stability, produce something meaningful, develop income, or bring me closer to a long-term goal. I have worked traditional jobs. I have considered returning to Amazon for a stable full-time income. Of course, both my immediate family members are really trying to pressure me, are urging me, pressing on me to go back to Amazon for a full, stable, regular 40-hour full-time income. I have accepted independent contractor roles and 1099 opportunities. So far, it is barely helping me stay afloat, but it will be considered a nail in the coffin that it will not help me in the long run. These 1099 often put me out in the middle of the road and will put me in a lot of risk being out on the road. And I hate that. I hate a lot of physical labor that requires me to drive. And I have no luck, very much no luck finding a work from home stable job. That is considered 1099 where I have control of my own schedule and complete flexibility. I am just like all those on the bandwagon that would may agree that they don't like working on weekends. They don't like working Saturday, Sunday, and they don't like to have to work on holidays. So I understand that there are pros and cons, and it is what it is. I explore content creation, live streaming, modeling, promotional work, delivery, delivery routes, freelance opportunities, and other lawful ways of making money, making lawful and legitimate income. My approach is straightforward. I am trying to survive, live comfortably, protect my household, protect the roof, reduce financial stress and burden, and eventually create several dependable streams of income. I am selective about work because I function best when I am active, interested, and given a degree of independence. At the same time, I recognize that adulthood sometimes requires accepting work that may not be exciting because the income supports necessities and creates a foundation for larger ambitions. That balance between personal freedom and financial responsibility is one of the central challenges of my life, or of my personal life. Now, next part of the little miniature segment, my wife's gaming and social hobbies. I will say this again, this is a big fact that is shown on her social media, of her own social media platforms, whether that's Facebook, Instagram, or Discord. So my wife's gaming and social hobbies, I'm well aware of that. I know. And so does my immediate family members. So does probably her family members too. I'm sure her family knows. Her cousins, uncles, I'm sure they know. My family, my immediate family members, they know. My wife has a different relationship with her own free time. When she gets home from work, has a day off, or finishes her immediate responsibilities, or after or during or after she has dinner in her own room, gaming is definitely one of her main hobbies, without a doubt. Her regular routines. She often opens her HP Omen gaming laptop, signs into her accounts, joins a voice call, and spends time playing with her friends, often staying up late night, 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., passed out in the morning. My immediate family members, they know that. They keep saying that and bringing it up numerous times, and they should know that. They know that my wife likes to hang out with a lot of friends, watch movies late at night, and spends the night at the hotel or at an apartment. And my immediate family members have a traditional marriage belief, and they don't like the idea of a married female hanging out with a single unmarried male friend. I want to say that as it is, and once again, I'm going to reiterate that here on all across the web camera, live streams here on the content. Saying it as it is. Again, this is a bit of an opinion, impression, but I'm always going based on facts that can be proven based on what is posted on the internet or on Facebook, what my wife posted. It is pretty much open to the public and it is clearly showing for all to see, so I'm disclosing it as facts. The opinion is, I just don't know how you feel. If you stand for a traditional marriage, if you find it weird, I don't know. I don't control that, but I only want to only speak what I can see, what is observable, and what can be shown and presented that can be screenshotted and put on the content here, whether that's on here on live stream, or you can share all the photos here, pop up the photos here, left and right, or make your own YouTube documentary. I cannot control that, but again, I only pay attention to facts, concrete facts, not opinions. I don't really care how you feel, but I don't appreciate harassment and homewrecker. Don't be a homewrecker. So you worry about your own relationship, you worry about your own family. I worry about my own situation. That's the humble, courteous, and consideration I will say here across all live streams. What matters is no one is hurt. I don't throw hands, and I am not a disgruntled, unhinged, abusive husband. I don't believe in violence. You would never see me armed with a firearm. I do not exercise Second Amendment like that. I already pledge and promise and vow to all the internet, to all the viewers that you will never see me go to a firearm store or firearm dealer or gunsmith or any firm to initiatively sign paperwork to own a firearm. You will never see me own a firearm. Like initiatively own a firearm. You will never see me hold a live firearm. The only rare instance if you ever see me hold a firearm if it's a life and death situation, but I don't want to go into more brutal, explicit details, and I pray to the Lord that I'll never end up in that predicament, because I don't like being in that heated situations. I don't like being in a violent situations. I don't like being in a altercation. I want to live a peace and quiet lifestyle, hoping to live to be the next grandfather of my next generation, passing down the torch and seeing my kids and grandkids grow successfully and hoping to understand right from wrong. But again, I pledge and promise that I will never commit serious crimes nor own a firearm, guns or swords, knives or swords or any straightforward lethal weaponry. You will never see me own any high military lethal weaponry. You will never see me own any of that. You will most likely see me wearing bulletproof vests, defensive tactical gears for self-defensive purposes. You will see me holding probably a pepper spray, a taser, a non-lethal weapon with intent to disarm, to hurt, to arm to only pay attention to only targeting the non-lethal part of the vital part of the body, whether that's the arms to the shoulders or the foot to the leg or the legs to the thighs around there. My intent in self-defensive 101 is to disarm and cripple and to remove all dangerous paraphernalia off of an individual or a dangerous violent individual. Again, that's a little brief self-defensive 101, how to defend yourself and what the Second Amendment represents. Is all about self-defense in a reasonable awareness and communicated manner. It is not about domination. It's not about going out and being like Johnny Somali and all these pranksters on YouTube trying to cause a scene on purpose for clout. It is not about all that. Now, I'm sorry for derailing, but let me get back onto the script. Reading off the script. So yes, she often opens her HP Omen gaming laptop, signs into her accounts, joins a voice call on Discord or Messenger, talking to her friends, and spends time playing majority of time with her friends or surrounding friends in her circles. Some of the games she regularly enjoys include Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, Wuthering Waves, Marvel Rivals, Maple Story, Mabinogi, VR chat, and other multiplayer action role-playing or first-person games like first-person shooter games like Valorant. So that really defines that my wife, Asuna 500, Asuna Vina 500, is a serious, dedicated gamer. She loves playing games. Her top 3 games, if I have to separate it, she plays more often is Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, and Marvel Rivals. Or the first 3 will be Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, and Wuthering Waves. Also, I forgot to add that sometimes she does play Zenless Zone Zero. I see all this posted on her Facebook account, on her Facebook profile channel. I see her posted on her Instagram channel, her own Instagram profile, and she definitely shared it on groups, and on Discord. Because again, I will eventually know, and I already know all this as immediate preliminary, but there may be other social media websites that my wife created that I might not know of. But again, anything can be leaked and can be shared by other followers, or other friends that are only limited to her own friend list. But I will find out eventually. Now, pardon me, I gotta drink some water. My mouth is running dry. And just in case, just a heads up, if you're talking about this t-shirt here, I'm not a big fan of this, whatever this logo and all this picture here, this imagery. Just in case for anyone that's just blatantly curious, I wear this because I choose to wear a shirt. I could choose to take off my shirt, but again, I don't want to be too explicit or too 18 plus not safe for work than what it really is. But anyway, let's get back on track. So that's my wife, and I'm sure everyone knows that already. You already seen us around numerous times. We've been to a lot of conventions. We are that generation that plays games, focus on entertainment almost all the time. Games, movies, televisions, manga, books, comic books, all that. That generation there. Being a gamer, movie, television buff. All about recreation, entertainment, and leisure activities. It's always about that. So, yes. Gaming is also a social activity, her regular routine for my wife. At her current age, she's around the same age as mine, but in the same age gap. We're in our early 30s. We both work, we both trying to make money to put food on the table, to pay our bills, keep up with the bills, expenses, and all that. Just a reminder that safety is paramount, and safety is top priorities. Drinking water, eating something is paramount. So she may join friends through Discord, Facebook Messenger, group, voice chats, instant message rooms or chat rooms, or in-game communication. They talk about characters, updates, strategies, game events, promos, cosplay plans. Oh my gosh, my mouth is really dry. So game events, cosplay plans, conventions, movies, anime, social media posts, and all, of course, voice actors or people they know through their wider community within all this subject topic genre. Because we live together, and of course, it's a big fact. Obviously, you've seen all this. We live together. Because we live together, I naturally hear some of these conversations from across the room, and it's not soundproof. Same thing with living with our immediate family members. My immediate family members can hear the noise. It is what it is. So because we live together, I naturally hear some of these conversations from across the room. Our home is not soundproof. So that's a fact. Our home is not soundproof. And ordinary sound travels. The laughter, excited reactions, game discussions, and group conversations are noticeable. So truly, in a sense, that's the definition of laughing out loud. LOL. Oh boy. Oh man, my heart's kind of beating. Been definitely a long night, a long day, and a long weekend. Let me pause right there for a minute, catch a breather, drink me some tea. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh boy. Oh, hang on. All right, let me check my phone if there's any update messages. All right, nothing new, nothing new. Oh boy, I gotta read. Oh boy. Okay, so no new update on Messenger as of now. So yeah, because uh, so that was also true when we previously lived with members of my immediate family. That was like last year. That was also true when we previously lived with members of my immediate family. Other people in the home could sometimes hear the conversations, the loud laughing, especially especially when a gaming session became loud or energetic. At least particularly coming from my wife. This is not secret information. Gaming, cosplay, conventions, anime, movies, television series, and social activities are visible parts of my wife's lifestyle. Again, she posts this on her Facebook and Instagram so everyone can see that. Whether that's her followers or friends, or generally just post openly to the public, anyone can see that. I know. So yeah, that's visible parts of my wife's lifestyle. Regular lifestyle. Again, I know that really well. I know that. Nothing that can be done about it. I don't believe in forced coercion or manipulations. You find it annoying, scroll along, move along. She regularly she regularly shares some of those interests through Facebook, Instagram, and other online spaces. Any other social media platforms I may not know. Eventually I will find out, and eventually I will know. Her surrounding friends often have similar interests. And again, I know that too. Their social circle frequently revolves around gaming, serious movies, serious entertainment, serious recreation leisures, cosplay, conventions, movies, anime, various genres, and shared online communities, and also including shorts, reels, and other short contents from other content creators, whether that's here posted on the reels and shorts here on Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, Twitter X, TikTok, Blue Sky, DeviantArt, you name it. All these shorts from other various content creators. When you can be at the opposite end of the stick to produce your own shorts, your own reels, and your own content. Like what I'm doing right now, I'm producing my own live stream right now. In real life, in real time. And it is 11:17 p.m. 11:17 p.m. Texas Central Daytime. 87 degrees Fahrenheit, clear. It's nighttime. It's almost late night, midnight, degenerate hours. Adult Swim. So there, let's see. So yeah, her surrounding friends, regarding my wife, her surrounding friends often have shared similar interests. Their social circle frequently revolves around gaming, entertainment, cosplay, conventions, movies, anime, and shared online communities. For many people, that is a normal and enjoyable way to spend free time. Well, I fairly understand that. I fairly understand that. Now, let's see. Gaming provides relaxation after work. It allows friends to remain connected. I guess so. It creates shared memories, jokes, conversations, memes, and experiences. It can reduce stress and give people something enjoyable to anticipate. I understand that value. I mean, I used to be like that. I used to play games, watch movies, televisions, growing up in my own entire life during the early 2000s to the mid 2000s. But 2026 or 2025, I modestly outgrew that. I sometimes do play games, sometimes I feel like watching content or television, but I'm a person at the opposite end of the stick that likes to produce, build, construct content than to consume it. So I understand that. I understand that perspective, that value and viewpoint, and I recognize that adults are entitled to leisure. But um, but yeah. Now, however, my personal disagreement is primarily about balance, priorities, and the productive use of time. So leading to the next little segment, recreation and production are different priorities. My wife and I often approach entertainment from different directions, however. She frequently approaches games, anime, cosplay, and conventions as recreation, playing for fun as a hobby, and not to live stream like what I'm doing right now, not to produce content, not in any way to monetize content for money, for earnings. That's the core difference. The core difference. She frequently approaches games, anime, cosplay, and conventions as recreation. She enjoys participating, socializing, playing, watching, and experiencing the community for fun, for leisure, and again, not doing all this as to with an intent to monetize content. I myself tend to approach those same subjects from the production side. That's the thing. From the production side. When I see cosplay, I begin thinking about photography, video production, modeling, cutting promos or promotion, sponsorships, event coverage, commissions, audience growth, and monetization. Again, when I see cosplay or doing video games or playing video games, I began thinking about photography, video production, modeling, promotion, sponsorships, event coverage, guesting, commissions, audience growth, and monetization. When I see a game, I think about character design, writing, world building, voice performances, animation, sound effects, music, programming, marketing, and the business structure behind the product. When I see an anime or anime in general, I think about the screenplay, storyboards, model sheets, directors, animators, editors, voice actors, composers, producers, studios, distributors, and the enormous amount of coordination required to place all that series on television or a streaming platform. All that pipeline altogether, all that pipeline. when when I attend a convention, I am rarely satisfied. Again, when I attend a convention or an event, I am rarely satisfied with merely walking around as an ordinary attendee. I don't want to walk around as a walking consumer. I begin imagining interviews, live streams, promotional videos, modeling sessions, panels, reporting, networking, and opportunities to present my own creative work in any way, in lawfully in any way. That's how, when again, when I go to these conventions, that's what's on my mind and what I hope to see and feel. That difference explains much of my personality as of 2026, right now. That difference explains much of my personality, where I'm at, who I am, what I look for, my preferences. I do not I do not want to spend most of my life as only a customer, audience, viewer, consumer, audience member, or a client. I want to be involved in building the experience. I want to produce, I want to organize, I want to write, I want to develop, I want to promote, I want to film, I want to model, I want to direct, I want to participate in the machinery that turns an idea into something real. Bring it to fruition, bring it to life, bring it to concrete on the television or on this streaming platform. That production-centered mindset is one of the strongest characteristics that defines General Sunbeam, or that defines me personally. My history with games and passive entertainment. Again, I used to play games growing up. I used to play not Atari, Dreamcast, Nintendo 64, Nintendo GameCube, Nintendo Game Boy Advance, Nintendo Wii, the Wii U, those Nintendo DS Lite, Nintendo DS. Those games, those old consoles and games, mobile games, I grew up playing that a long time ago, back in the early to the mid 2000s, to the early mid 2000s. This was during George W. Bush to President Obama's presidencies. That's for sure. I played games when I was younger. I understand the appeal of gaming, anime, movies, televisions, and online entertainment. There were periods when I spent more time sitting, watching, playing, or procrastinating. I know what it feels like to lose several hours inside a game or becoming comfortable consuming what other people created. I remember that and I understand that. And I want to tell you straightforward that I understand where my parents or my immediate family members coming from. Seeing me from their own viewpoint playing games is just a waste of time and space, with all due respect. Not to be too offensive, but playing games with a serious addiction is not healthy. Mentally speaking, it's not healthy. You're wasting a lot of unnecessary time playing games that will not get you anywhere and will not help you progress. I mean, if you're trying to chase a career in building your own game, developing a game developer, and working in that field, that would make somewhat logical sense. But if you're playing for fun and hobbies and you're not trying to advance, you're just wasting all your productive time that could have been used elsewhere to make something better. Because if you're playing games as a hobby, it's not gonna put food on the table. It's not gonna pay the bills. You're wasting your own time and electricity for nothing, and internet bills for nothing. So I'll just say that as it is. As I move further into adulthood, my priorities changed. I became increasingly uncomfortable with the idea of spending large amounts of time watching other people succeed while my own projects remain unfinished and uncared and not taken seriously. My own personal intention, ambitions, and my own in-game career goal, I just don't like having to sit here and while watching other related anime creators, anime producers finally getting their anime series or their movies on Crunchyroll or on other related anime industry studios networks. I became increasingly uncomfortable with the idea of spending large amounts of time watching other people succeed while my own projects remain unfinished. I began thinking about the bills waiting to be paid almost all the time, the home that must be maintained, well maintained, the future children, my own grandchildren. I hope to support and put food on their table, and hope to teach them understanding right from wrong, to get the proper education, to do the right thing, and to produce their own generation, their own lines of generations. That American dream prospect. And the creative universe that still exists mostly inside my own imaginations, inside my own thoughts, inside my own head. That I've been daydreaming, going to work, daydreaming at Amazon when I used to work at Amazon, just daydreaming left and right. That realization pushed me toward a more productive lifestyle. Believe me, or believe it or not. Okay. Oh man, let me catch my breath. All right, as I was saying, so moving on, productivity does not mean that every minute must generate money. Well, that's true. I mean, I understand that everyone must pace themselves, must take it slow, take it one baby step at a time, take it one notch at a time. But to me, that's unfortunately that's kind of how I feel. That's my mindset right there. People need sleep, rest, conversation, exercise, meals, relationships, and occasional entertainment. Yeah, I understand that. I understand that. Again, you gotta slow down, pace yourself. Everyone has their own way to handle this. And again, I don't tell anybody what to do or govern their lifestyle. God gave us free will. That's a fact. So yes, I understand that people need sleep, rest, conversation, break, meal, exercise, relationships, spending time with their families, and occasional entertainment. Let me try again. A healthy life cannot be built through constant, consistent work without recovery. People can get burnout, overstressed, overtaxed. It's not healthy. And I understand that. But for me, productivity means that my larger pattern of behavior should move my life forward progressively, hoping to continue to climb the ladder in prospective and success. I want my time to produce something measurable, meaningful, like income, experience, a finished script, a recorded video, a new professional connection, a completed application, a stronger portfolio, an organized document, an improved budget, or another step toward supremacy. Clash between heroes and villains. Definitely another step toward supremacy. Now, next part of the micro segment, monetizing hobbies without destroying the enjoyment. I often look at my wife's gaming and cosplay interests and think about their possible creative or financial potential. A person who already plays games regularly could experiment with live streaming, as I have communicated this with my wife and her surrounding friends about live streaming or producing content on Rumble, YouTube, and my wife could have this chance to shine and have a chance to grow faster than what I can make as subscribers and followers. So again, a person who already plays games regularly could experiment with live streaming, game commentary, highlight videos, creating reviews, reaction clips. Let's move on. Character discussions, tutorials, convention preparation, costume showcases, or social media photography. A cosplayer could a cosplayer could document costume construction, makeup, convention travel, posing practice, photo shoots, character research, or behind the scenes preparation. I mean, be honest with yourself, be who you are, just be yourself. A gaming group could record appropriate public sessions, create edited compilations, discuss updates, okay, or build a shared audience. Those possibilities exist, but monetization requires much more than simply pressing a broadcast button. A creator needs consistency, presentation, moderation, thumbnails, titles, descriptions, editing, audio quality, privacy awareness, compliance, audience engagement, and enough patience to continue when very few people are watching. Like for me, I really still have patience, but nobody cares to watch or hear me out on YouTube, Rumble, or not even here on Facebook. I bet nobody gives a damn about me at all as my own live streamer, content creator, because I have low views and I'm not getting serious viral subscribers or follower boosts. I doubt I doubt anyone would naturally come across here and say, "Oh, I recognize this Asian person. I recognize this person. It's Soul Terra cosplay. It's General Sunbeam. It's this Vietnamese dude that did DoorDash lunch job or goes to an event. Oh, I remember from Colossicon, Texas, Windbloom Festival, Etchi Expo, Comic Cons, IkiCon, UshiCon, or numerous events, 3 day, Friday to Sunday event. I bet nobody will recognize me from somewhere or from something or from somewhere in general in the general public. I've been around elementary, middle school, high school, try to go to college, been working through numerous storefronts, event parlors. You probably have seen me from, I don't know, Main Event Entertainment, pinballs in Lake Creek Parkway and somewhere near Cedar Park in Central Texas. You might have seen me in downtown in Austin, Texas, ATX. You might have seen me at a hotel. But again, what I'm saying here is, again, nobody gives a crap about my live streams because nobody's not going to watch. Almost all my live streams, there is no current viewers or no current watchers. I have never gotten I've never gotten a serious top chat, no serious dedicated chatterbox. I am not a valuable person. I'm just an ordinary person, just being me here, being naturally me, live streaming and going about my day, speaking from the bottom of my heart. Because again, very few people are watching, or very much nobody cares to watch. That's the proper definition. At least that's what applies to me. I am still stagnantly stuck at 10 followers on Wattpad. I am not breaking 500 watchers on DeviantArt under Sunbeam Zero, or 300 watchers on my Solitaire cosplay on the other DeviantArt account. I'm now breaking 500 on here, 500 subscribers on my YouTube channel, 200, 100 followers on Rumble, 50 followers on Twitch, even 50, 100, 1,000 followers on either Instagram or TikTok, and not even 500 or 600 or 1,000 followers on my Facebook. That is for sure. I have a lot of patience, but I've been around for almost decades, and just about nobody cares to watch my live streams or hear me out, truly hear me out, or in any way helping me grow successfully across the internet. Growth growth is difficult because the internet is crowded. I understand that. I know it's competitive, super competitive, and extremely oversaturated. So again, growth is difficult because the internet is crowded, competitive, and oversaturated. Millions of people are uploading videos, photographs, live streams, podcasts, songs, artwork, gaming clips, reviews, reactions, advertisements, bootleg, bootleg artist work, stolen artwork, copyright pirated artwork, so many fan art, so many parodies that are again copyrighted, obviously, so many fan arts, and again, once more, pirated, copyrighted parodies and all that, even though that they put disclaimers and fair use reminders. Let's see what else. Gaming clips, reviews, reactions, advertisements, various content slops, and commentary every day. All across the social media of the internet. The attention or being noticed is limited. That is why a person can work for hours on a video, taking the time to add special effects, editing, designing custom thumbnails, putting hours of work onto their video content, and receive almost no engagement. That is so depressing. No engagement. Another person or another user, content creator, may post a simple clip that unexpectedly becomes popular. Oh, I don't know, some random person just skateboarding and just do a basic flip, and suddenly that video gone viral without a lot of effort. Okay, I don't know what I can say about that. Oh man, starting to get sleepy now. That the creator economy is not a guaranteed paycheck. That's for sure. The creator economy is not a guaranteed paycheck. It is a it is a fiercely competitive environment where visibility must be earned repeatedly. And I don't know how to do it, but it is so easy, like 1, 2, 3, that anyone that noticed me or seen me before could have reposted and shared this live stream across Reddit, 4chan, and various other social media platform websites to help me grow visibility and all that. Create some e-notes, e-documents, or articles, and embed any part of my content on from any of the platforms of my own uh, social media handles. Just embed it onto your articles or something, news, and it will help me spread the viral and spread all that reputations, and helping me grow prospectively across the internet. Oh man, I am getting sleepy, and my voice and my thoughts are going all uh brain farting. So yeah, I can really see that. Hmm. I would I would be happy. I would personally be happy to see my wife experiment more seriously with live streaming and willing to take the risk of exposure, because I'm always there to the end with my wife. So again, I would be happy to see my wife experiment more seriously with live streaming, producing content, our own video content, our own shorts, cosplay photography, gaming content, and audience development. And of course, with the intent to monetize, trying to make a career out of all this. She already has the interest, the equipment, the social connections, and the familiarity with online platforms. So why not? Can't hurt to do live streaming, and it can't hurt to just create videos and start posting it all across the social media internet, like Rumble, Twitch, Twitter X, TikTok, or something like that. Ooh. Okay, so here's the next however. However, that decision alone must ultimately belong to her. It is my wife's choice and her own decision. Her choice and her choice alone. I can best encourage, explain, help with equipment, teach her the way, show her the way, offer ideas, and share what I have learned. I cannot force another adult to turn every hobby into work. So again, I cannot force another adult to turn every hobby into work. Leisure stops being restorative when it becomes an unwanted obligation. My concern is therefore about shared financial responsibility rather than control. I would like both of us to continue exploring realistic ways to strengthen our household income. That may involve traditional employment, creator revenue, commissions, independent work, or another lawful opportunity that fits our abilities. Multiple streams of lawful income. I take the issue of income seriously because financial pressure does not disappear when a person disagrees with a workplace or dislikes a job. That is definitely a fact. Because you can't complain, you can avoid the workplace because you disagree, but it cannot meticulously or miraculously erase the bill just because you disagree with a workplace or a work culture or dislike a job. Oh boy. Housing costs money. Food costs money. Dental care costs money. Oh, and my teeth is kind of itchy. Oh my gosh. So yes, dental care costs money. Health care costs money. Transportation costs money. Insurance costs money. Utilities cost money. Credit balances cost money. Creative production costs money. Going to convention costs money. Or instance, having fun pretty much costs money. Almost costs money. The economy does not pause while someone searches for the perfect opportunity. That is why I explore multiple lawful sources of income. I am willing to consider content creation, live streaming, affiliate work, general modeling, specialized modeling, promotional campaigns, 1099 delivery work, event support, writing, online platforms, resale, recycling, and ordinary employment. And of course, I just gave throw on the side adult entertainment as well, not safe work. Every opportunity must still be evaluated carefully. A job or a gig should be legitimate, safe, legal, financially worthwhile, and respectful of the worker's time. Not every route is profitable. Not every platform pays. Not every promotional offer is legitimate. Not every person claiming to represent an agency or a studio is trustworthy. Yes, con artists and scammers. The goal is to build income without becoming desperate enough to accept scams. Oh, pray the Lord not. To accept scams, unsafe arrangements, exploit, exploit, exploitative, exploitative contracts, or work that costs more than it produces. I am trying to become more disciplined about that calculation. Again, man, I'll go. Let me clear up all these scripts. I'm getting sleepy. It's almost 12 a.m. Oh boy, I'm so tired. Okay. So once more again, who I am to friends and employers. Now to friends, to the surrounding friends, employers, collaborators, and anyone evaluating my character, my traits, my personality. I want I want my position understood accurately because again I'm live streaming and these live streams are facts. I am ambitious, independent, autonomous, unconventional, and highly motivated by projects that allow me to build something. I can also be impatient. Again, I can also be impatient. I sometimes move quickly, take risks, change direction, or become frustrated when progress feels slow. Those are traits I must continue managing. Hmm. I think I should probably cut it right there because I am getting sleepy and I don't want to pass out on the camera, pass out while streaming. Yeah, those are traits I must continue managing. My greatest strength is that I refuse to remain mentally passive. I constantly generate ideas. I think about stories, branding, production, promotion, income, events, visual concepts, public communication, and future opportunities. Okay. I want to turn that energy into consistent results. Again, I want to turn that energy into consistent results. I'll go ahead and pause right there. It's almost 12 a.m. midnight. I'm feeling very sleepy. I am tired. It's been a long week, a long day, a long night. Gonna head up to bed and be back at the pool doing my usual job. So yeah, gonna call it a night and head off to bed. Oh man, I'm feeling very sleepy. But anyway, y'all have a great night. Facebook, YouTube, Rumble. Probably might put on some stuff to watch for YouTube and Rumble just to keep on streaming going into late at night. But yeah, I'm falling asleep. I'm not focusing enough. I'm feeling very, very tired. Anyway, y'all have a great night. Facebook. I'll just go ahead and put on some random news on YouTube and Rumble and go AFK.